Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl, Lady D. Happy Thursday to you all. I'm just hopping on quickly. Do you guys remember when I was telling you about these two brothers were wrongfully convicted for a murder charge? I believe that's what they were accused of, and that this Burris guy that beat those brothers into making a confession that they actually committed whatever that murder was, right? I told you. And I say that they were exonerated for those charges a couple of years ago. And now they're waiting for their certificate of innocence. Let me share something with you guys. Give me 1 second. How the heck could we trust this government when those people know they done messed up but won't own up to it? I want you guys to watch this. Oh, and check this out. When I was telling you guys about it, I had no idea that our girl, Jennifer Bongine, is representing the brothers. So they got the decision today. So I just want to share this with you guys. Please leave me a comment regarding this. But this has to stop. People just, they don't get it. They really don't get it. So let me get this.
I'm Jennifer Bonjean, Bonjean, and Ashley Cohen, Cohen, my partner, our client, Mr. Reginald Henderson. Just how it sounds.
And I'm Carl Leonard, Carl with a K, Leonard. I'm with the Exoneration Project, and I represent Sean Tyler, Seantyler.
Not exactly what we were hoping to hear. How do you guys feel?
I mean, I feel like we live to fight another day, and we will win this case eventually, and Sean and Reginald are innocent, and we'll prove it in court.
Do you mind if we hear from your clients? Is that all right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I think that anybody that's known anything about this case sitting in that room, come on, microphone too. Our heart broke later. Let's be honest. How do you feel?
Justice delayed is justice denied, in the words of Martin Luther King. Justice delayed is justice denied, in the words of Martin Luther King. Here we stand, like the lawyer said, we live to fight another day, but the things that's not considered is the lives that we got to go back to. That's what's not being considered.
And haven't you fought enough?
Yeah, you would like to believe that, wouldn't you? You would like to believe that almost 30 years later that again, you would like to believe that you want to believe that it's enough. 30 years, it's almost been 30 years. So I really don't know what to say. I'm blown away.
And for this to continue for 30 years after the history of everything that we've went through and been through has been put into the front and put out front. So for you to continuously say, give us a minute to consider something, give us a minute to consider this. Well, when you went before the judge Flood and he dropped all charges, why are we here today? If you did what you did on that day, saying, we drop all charges, we didn't have enough evidence to proceed then, why now? The reality is that you got two African-American men here who are fighting for their lives and have been from 17 and 18 in the city of Chicago, a city that do not give you resources to live. So I'm asking y'all again, what do you want us to do?
That's right.
What do you want us to do down these streets? I'm the friend of Michael Saunders who died in these streets. We're not trying to die in these streets, man. We're trying to live. Let us live, man.
When I say I don't know what to say, I really don't know what to say. I mean, I would have thought that it was, I see it as something as clear cut. As I continue to say, man, I don't see how you can be innocent and be guilty at the same time. Mathematically, if you vacated, if you exonerated us, then what else is left? I mean, if you thought you could have fought it or wanted to fight, you should have fought it then. Why even lead on?
We were ready.
Why even tempt me? We were ready to, and you got out of there. And now you want to get back in there. I just don't think it's right, and I don't understand.
But to me, it seems like they're putting chains on your hands again.
Again, continuously.
I mean, it can definitely be looked at like that.
The chains that was on my hand that didn't allow me to save my mother. The chains on my hand that didn't allow me to work a job without getting kicked off. And you asking me what are we supposed to do? I had an education that everybody asked us to do when we did in there. An associate's degree and a few credits away from a bachelor's degree. I speak 3 languages. Asking you, what do you want me to do, man? When I get out here, I'm overqualified for the jobs. What do you want me to do?
That's right.
I'm asking you, what do you want me to do? What do you want us to do, African-American man who getting out of here after all these years, and you just pushing us back to the same slums to die in, man? Enough is enough, man.
Why is it so important? It's important that they get this. Let me speak.
Hold on. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
The certificate of innocence is, again, for me to have it is like you having it. The way you've been moving your entire life without being judged, I want to move like you move. I want to move like everybody else moved. Same thing.
Can you believe they asked him that dumbass question? Why do you feel it's so important to want a certificate of innocence? You see how those people are? I wouldn't even justify that shit with a response.
You were entitled to that I should have been entitled to when I was forced to do 25 years. That's what it's going to mean to me. That's what I want. I want what you got. That's what I want. I want to move and not be watched. Move and not be judged. That's what I want to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's supposed to happen for someone who's innocent.
Right.
That's how an innocent person moves.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it means to me.
You want to do good by Chicago? Gives guys like us the resources to go back to the communities that y'all say we tore up to rebuild. That's why we here. The years y'all put us in there, y'all created guys that can come back to these communities and be way better. That's why you don't want us to have it. Because we can be good in these communities with these kids. Let's understand the racial diversity that's going on, man. I want y'all to do y'all due diligence and go back and look and see the guys who get their certificates of innocence, black and white and Latino. I want y'all to see the history that goes with it.
That's right.
Look at it and see the guys who have to fight. We the ones who have to fight. African-American men, and we shouldn't have to do it, man.
And what does this say to other generations after you who hopefully never have to go through it, but might go through it? They're looking at you struggling to get the certificate, and now they're thinking, well, it's not going to happen for me either.
And that's what they want to do.
Although justice is delayed and is denied, it will suffice. We live in a world that regardless to what you do, at the end of the day, that black and white will catch you, and that's that paperwork. That's the legalities that they hide between, trapping us. They say it's hard to get in, or easy to get into, but hard to get out of, right? Well, guess what? We didn't put us there.
That's right.
The easy part, that we didn't put us there. So why are we fighting so hard to get out? If you acknowledge that we didn't put us there, you did, and you dropped charges yet you refused to let us go. So we're asking America to ask Chicago what's going on with these convictions, man.
Yes.
What's going on with these guys that's continuously being locked up and put away 20 and 30 years unjustly and not being addressed? I'm asking Chicago, the world, to ask what's going on, man. Don't get it twisted. I thank Kim Fox and every effort that she put forth to change the system. But it takes more than her.
Yes, right.
If we standing on top of an ideological system that's racially built, it takes all of us to break it down, man, not just Kim Fox. That's it, man.
The judge called this hearing because there's a dispute. There's still a dispute over facts. What facts remain in dispute?
That the lawyer's part.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem with the statute is the state claims they have facts. They've been claiming they have facts for a long time, right? But when the time came at the post-conviction hearing, to put up or shut up,
Right.
they shut up. Okay? They did not put up and they let them go. Now they're like, well, now we want another chance. They say they have facts, but it's just an empty claim. And that's the frustration, is that we know the truth because we know the evidence. And what the judge said here today is she's not prejudging this case in terms of their innocence. She's saying, as a matter of law, I can't grant summary judgment. I still have to afford them the opportunity to put up their facts, and we will find out what they are. But we know from the evidence that has been presented that they don't have the goods. And that's why it's so frustrating, because then it feels just like an effort to delay, and it's senseless and cruel, and it prolongs suffering unnecessarily.
But it makes the state look terrible.
Well, yeah. Well, yes, their behavior of fighting some of these COIs, knowing they don't ultimately have the ability to prevent us from establishing actual innocence, is terrible. It is delay, and across the board, it is something that I think the courts and the system needs to start facing a little. They need to start addressing it, because the delay is unforgivable.
Right.
It is unforgivable. You know what? It's great that you go in, you vacate these convictions, but it is not real justice eventually, because it's taking too long.
That's right.
Well, what's he supposed? I mean, the firm of Lovey and Lovey that they just had a resolution in a case where someone was convicted, wrongly convicted. The case settled. By the time it settled, he was dead.
Yeah.
He was dead. So that's what I mean, honestly, and you have to assume that, is that part of the agenda?
And I want you guys to look at the ratio of African American men lives.
Yes.
If you know the expectancy of African American men lives, right, and the conditions that y'all put us in, y'all know the African American men. Let's just say top out of 58. I'm 48 years old. You mean to tell me I got 10 years with my grandchildren? That's what you're saying? I got 10 years with my grandchildren when you know scientifically that we live to 58 and 60? I'm asking you, the world, let's look at this, man. I mean, honestly, what do you want me to do? 27 years, come home and at 48 try to go get a 401k? Well, what do you want me to do? When I walk out of here, I'm still seen as a criminal. They can still look my background up, so I'm asking America, I'm asking Chicago, and everybody that's under here to do your due diligence and look our case up. And when you do, and we come back here, y'all will know that we're innocent.
That's right.
I don't want y'all to ask the questions of what's going on. Y'all will know when you go do the due diligence and look at our criminal case. Y'all will see personally that this shouldn't exist. And we have every right to stand here before you and ask for our lives back.
That's right.
Respectfully.
That's right, David.
Respectfully. Thank you.
Good job.
Can you guys believe that? Isn't that just awful? Isn't that awful? They didn't already exonerated the guys over 2 years ago, or maybe 2 years. So now they just want something to prove. They want that certificate confirming that decision, and they denied it. This is the system that we keep allowing these people to do what they do because we're not speaking loud enough. Now here's 2 other brothers that's suffering due to this messed up as judicial system we have. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard they denied their certificates. But the brothers aren't giving up, but that's not the point. How insulting. That just blows me away. Then I end up getting something else. Remember how Robert kept telling kept trying to tell the people about that there are really situations where people are actually being held against their will. Girls, you remember he was saying that? So they wasting all that time trying to make a case against this guy. And then I received something today, and this is they sent me a clipping of a missing girl that's been locked inside of a shed in Texas. There's no telling how long she's been in there. But they out here messing around to get this 5 minutes of fame on these news channels. And look at what's happening. Isn't that just awful? I just can't get over any of this. I really can't. I really can't. I am not going to hold you guys, man. That just really shocked me. And the fact that I just mentioned those two brothers, that's why I wanted to come on and let you guys know. I thought that was going to be a no-brainer for some odd reason, but I keep forgetting. But that's sad. The government, they know they done messed up. These men has been exonerated, and the judge would not grant their certificate of innocence. Unbelievable. But they have Bonjean on their hand. Go on, Bonjean, girl. You are all over the place. You keep doing you, though. She's helping the innocents. You see what I'm saying? These people are innocent. It should be an outrage or outcry about that. And that Corey Holcomb guy, I'm so glad that he's one of the ones that understand how some women behave. So he really broke it down for those that were slow and didn't get it, to let you know they exist, and R. Kelly was a rock star, which we've been trying to, I just love, that just does something to me, man. When I hear someone else saying exactly what I've been saying, even though they're saying it in their way, you know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to the same thing. So I'm glad it's not just me, you know? I'm glad I'm not the only one think the way I think when it comes to R. Kelly. So I'm so happy to have all of you true supporters. Please don't get distracted, because it's a lot of mess out there. It's a lot of mess out there to trigger you, to get you to go tit for tat. I refuse. I'm not that person. My mission is to continue coming on here, talking about Robert, the injustice of Robert, and hopefully we can help him get a peace of mind by sending those letters. That's it. I'm going to do that because he's just like those brothers. This government is just abusing the system. It needs to stop. And we, the people, need to stop. I was so happy that Corey guy touched on that. Somebody put something out there and you run with it. No one knows. Everyone that's talking about Aaliyah and all that crap, he was absolutely right. It's all rumors. No one knows. Someone threw the bone and you guys all ran and jumped on it. I've been chewing on that damn bone for almost 30 years. Come on, stop it. Be angry. You should be angry. You have the king of R&B behind some fucking bars. Just breaks my heart when I hear his voice now. And then you're reading these comments and you got so many still, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. But I can't stay stuck focused on it. I got to keep moving. Got to keep moving because someone will. If you're interested in the truth, you don't have to travel far. It's right there. if you're really looking for the end, the truth. And that's what I try to do on here. I'm not here to discourage. I'm not here to influence. I'm on here to speak my own personal opinion on how I feel about a situation. And I'm sorry if it offends some. That's not my, that's not my intention at all. I'm not that person. I know sometimes keeping it real kind of comes off kind of harsh, but I'm sorry. I have to be me. I'm keeping it real. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. None of that. That's just not me. That's why I don't allow nonsense on my channel. If I sense it, if I feel it, I'm getting rid of it because I don't want that negative energy around me or the people in my chat. Don't want that. Like I said, we're a family over here. If you don't want to be a part of it, I understand. It's okay. No problem. But that's how we roll over here. We 100%, no hesitation here when it comes to Robert Sylvester Kelly. None. And again, I'm going to ask you people, please don't tell me to let go and let God. I got it. Watch my other video. What did I put it up? Day before yesterday? Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Please, I get it. I'm right there with you. I haven't lost sight of that because I'm coming on here and making comments about certain things. I'm human. It's conversation. Because I know exactly what you know. I know God is in control of all of it. Absolutely. So that's why I'm here, to make sure people understand that. Keep the conversation going, even though it may be boring to some. It's not boring to me because he's still behind the bars. Once he comes from behind those bars, whole new ball game. Whole new ball game. But until then, I'm not wavering from that. And I'm sorry if that bothers people. I'm sorry if people take some of the things I say in reference to it the wrong way. That's how I see it. I'm not saying that's how you see things. I don't knock anyone else on their channels for whatever they do on their channels. That's them. That's them. We are all individuals and we move in our own way. So I have, mad respect for everyone on here because everyone is doing their own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And even if they weren't, so what? I mean, it's not my business. Again, my sole purpose, this channel, Lady D, always keep it real. Yeah, that covers a lot. But you all know it's all been strictly Robert Sylvester Kelly. You know that. You know that. And that's what it will continue to be. So the ones want to hang with me, please hang with me. If not, I'm going to miss you all. No hard feelings, no regret, none of that. You have to do what makes you happy. Okay? So I just want to come on and talk to you guys about those brothers, man. That is really sad. Again, before I go, send your letters. I told you I'm going to keep saying that. Please send them. Did you hear them? Just send them. Please send them. Yeah, that Larry guy. Corey, I'm sorry. It was an interesting watch, but the message got out there as far as I'm concerned where it came to Robert's situation, to let people see these are groupies, man. Groupies would do anything. Open your eyes. Stop being judgmental. Okay, let's get this man out of prison. Okay? Thank you. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I will talk to you guys soon.